a talented singer with a soulful, sultry, jazzy voice, we welcome Hunter Rose as she chats to us about her musical journey and how it all began. Welcome to The Loft.
Thank you so much.
Now, I almost want to say welcome back to the show because I know that you did visit Expresso, our sister show, and you kind of debuted your incredible talents on the show, but we also have to give you a warm welcome here in the afternoon because we're dying to hear from you.
Thank you so much.
Now, baby Hunter Rose, I mean, how did that upbringing look like, the family structure and your love for music? Where did it all begin?
It definitely began at home. My mom was a singer. My dad was a DJ, so I was always surrounded by music and just an environment filled with love. And somehow love and music became the same thing to me. And so, it was just a wonderful upbringing with just music and just seeing live shows. I think that was a big part of my love for live music and for incorporating my sound and jazz. And Cape Town has that big feel for just live instruments and soul and expression.
So what was the moment when you were, whether it was experiencing the love and the music happening within the household or just going out there to watch those live performances, that you decided, look, I can get up on that stage too?
Oh, I think it happened really, really young. I think maybe like 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
Also, Beyonce was on the television. I was like, yes, can we do this?
Sasha Fierce.
So I think I was just... Being an artist is also just a part of you. And I think when you see something, it's just a mirror.
Yeah.
And I thought, why not do this? It's such a natural feeling. I have this urge to express myself all the time. I'm quite an emotional person, sensitive, but not too sensitive. But I think it was just a way of life for me. There wasn't another option. I think music chose me, as cliche as it is.
It is cliche, but you know what? I believe that things that are cliche and things that are classics are that for a reason. It's because it's just so true. And you almost can't run away from that. If something's your destiny, it just is. Now, you've already mentioned Beyonce. Is she one of your influences? And who have you always looked up to in the music realm?
I love me some Beyonce. I also love Erykah Badu. I think she inspired my love for neo soul and expressing and finding a balance between R&B and jazz and all of these elements into this wonderful world that she so wonderfully finesses all the time, from a writing standpoint to expression and just being herself. She's definitely a big inspiration. Who else? I think Nina Simone as well.
Oh, wow.
It's just an emotional experience every time watching her. Being able to go from I Want Some Sugar in My Bowl to Strange Fruit, touching on so many aspects of life that might be difficult to kind of chat about, but very necessary. So that bravery and that courage I've been inspired by for a very long time.
Now, from your influences to the person you explain yourself to be, it is quite clear that you are emotional, just that emotional soul that loves to express themselves any which way they can. So much so, girl, that you just put a little bit of a mixing pot when it comes to your genre, neo-soul, jazz, R&B. So when you are recording and when you are composing your music, what goes into it? I can only imagine the genius that has to be on play that day in studio.
Yeah, I think it's so many aspects depending on the day I had before, because like I said, I'm inspired by my emotion, and I think that allows me to create music that is kind of not monotonous, because every day is something different, and I choose to take that and be like, okay, today we're writing about our feelings, tomorrow I'm writing about makeup. So just everything, I think that's a big part of the process. And also just having wonderful musicians around me, playing a lot of music, listening to my faves and seeing how I can just like incorporate all of these things to create Hunter.
But now the question is, especially within our generation of creating music, there's amapiano now, there's ikom, there's a lot of this dance kind of culture, but your music is definitely more slow, definitely more chilled. So in 2021, can we see a collaboration of you taking that sultry voice onto a more up-tempo beat?
Yes, no, definitely. I think I'm a fan of house music. I've loved it. I think I started singing on house beats before I did neo soul.
Really?
Because also that was a big part of it, because we listened to so many different things. Both of my brothers like love music, and house was a big part of it. And I started writing those house melodies. So I think it's definitely part of the 2020
Nah,
future.
I see you on a Master KG track, Angel. Bringing it essentially the best way you know how. And you've brought it. You've brought it in your EP, Love and Trust. Can you just break down what we can expect?
Ooh, Love and Trust was my debut EP. And going forward, I think a bit more, I'll always be rooted in soul music. But just different vibes, different stories. I think 2020 brought so much out of us, and I think there's a lot to kind of delve into and to break down. So I'm looking forward to just kind of writing new music and seeing where that goes.
Yeah. How did 2020 affect you? I mean, performances, you couldn't travel, and now there was this boom within the digital space.
Yes. 2020 had its fair share of just turmoil and just mental health issues for everyone, because it was just difficult to cope. But I will say I was really grateful and really blessed to have had a successful time during it because of the release of my debut EP. I had many highlights, just so many things. So I'm really blessed, and I think that's what keeps me motivated and inspired. So no matter what's going on, you can still go forth if you focus and if you just do your thing.
I love that. Let's keep going. Words of advice, words of encouragement. You've already told us how you stay motivated, how you keep your head in the game. If you were to just share with some of our viewers, how do you finesse and keep going, and what advice do you have for them?
So, firstly, authenticity is the most important part of anything, I think. Being grounded in your truth, no matter how you get to that point, surrounding yourself with people who are in tune with themselves. And then secondly, as an artist and a musician in the music industry, make sure the business side is sorted out, because often the lack of paying attention to the detail on the business side affects your craft. And the minute that affects the two, then there's no point. That's why you can see so many artists who are successful and could outsing anybody, but the business isn't handled. So now you can't navigate and go forth. So it's just a balance, I think.
It really is the entertainment business, and it's very
business.
important for us to have our eye on the prize with all the above. Now you're going to perform for us at the end of the show a song called Get It. Now what's the song all about, and how does it resonate with you, and how would it resonate with our audiences?
Get It is about getting up in the morning, doing your thing, and realizing that no matter how insignificant you feel, you are so important. You are extremely important. Just because you feel like work might be a bit of a today.
Overwhelming.
No, you affect the next person, because someone is really happy to see you. Okay. So, and that affects your mood. So it's about understanding your role in this wonderful world and just being able to, do your thing.
It's all about doing your thing. Now I'm looking forward to that performance. Hanta Rose, do you have a sweet tooth?
I do.
Okay, so please do pay attention and follow step by step, because after the break, I'm going to be heading straight back into the Afternoon Express kitchen with Chef Dumi, as we're going to be making a delicious dessert.